Hi, it's Hazel and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. I am here today to do a haul video showing you the fabric that I've recently acquired. Well, fabric and garments that I will be taking apart. It's a Thursday morning as I'm doing this. I was combining till about 11:30 last night. I feel a little bit like I've been hit by a bus, but you you dig deep and you get the job done. So I thought I could squeeze in a video before the work for today begins. This first item, maybe I should get these things out of the way. This first item is a dress. So it's got a lacy overlay and one of those stretchy, almost spandexy type under, like lining parts. I always remove the tags because those in themselves are decorative elements that can be used. And honestly, the reason I've washed all these items. I haven't ironed anything, so you can forgive that part if you don't mind. I wanted to get this done so that if I do have a few minutes here and there, I can begin the deconstruction process. I just noticed now as I'm showing you this, it has all these, you probably can't see that, but all that stitching there, which means that more than likely, unless it's really, really difficult, I will be taking all those stitches apart, as well as the hem, removing the sleeve, and so on. And then, of course, beginning to use this. So, don't overlook the things you come across in thrift stores or in your own closet. Now, somewhere, unless the washing machine has eaten the pair to this sock, this is a little baby sock. The reason I got it was, number one, it's cute. And, I don't think any baby wears a sock long enough to wear it out. So I thought it could be a cute little pocket in a baby journal. And obviously the other one is probably, static cling to some other garment. So eventually it will show up. I have used a baby sock in a journal before as a pocket, and it's cute. What can I say? Here is a little bib with these. Now, how is that? Oh, you can't tell. So I obviously have the option of figuring out a way to use this as is. Probably that could be cut off and it could be a pocket, or these three guys could be cut off. The little machine embroidery could be used as well. So again, possibilities. Those baby items will go straight into the baby tote. I reached for this. It's one of those sheer things that you wear over a camisole. I just thought it was really interesting with sort of that waffle type texture to it. And of course, who doesn't love the floral? Wouldn't our home ec teachers be rolling in their graves if we were installing zippers that way? This also is, of course, worth saving because it's so short and it would be perfect. I don't know if, okay, that says buffalo. That's the thing that you use over a hanger. So I don't know about that part. I'll probably save it. And who knows? Years from now, rediscover it. Who doesn't love a cute little baby dress? Excuse me. I have done videos in the past. It doesn't even have a pantaloon attached. Probably another cute little tag, Savannah. So in this case, I started to say I have done videos in the past of deconstructing little baby dresses. So again, everything has been washed. I will take this apart and iron it. I love this color combo of navy, navy, blue, turquoise. Oh, and I don't know if you can see that. I just felt that it's got these little knobby bits. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that just adds interest. And of course, cute little bows. I don't know how they came up with brown buttons for that, but that's another story. Obviously, the buttons will be salvaged as well. You might want to grab a pair of sunglasses for this next item, or next few items. Look at this snazzy thing. Now, this thing I did not wash because I think I checked the care label. Yeah, no washing. To clean, wipe surface with damp cloth. Lots to salvage here. This sort of glittery, multi-layered skirt. That's just like a polyester lining. A ribbon belt, stained, with this ribbon rose. Poofy little parts on the sleeves. I would take this apart, leaving that row of sequins intact. This is, this doesn't feel soft at all. So I don't know if this maybe was, I don't know what this was. I can't imagine it would have been that comfortable to wear. It's a little bit scratchy. Here is this leaf trim. There's a big gem there. Again, more sequins, and it'll be nothing but fun to take this apart. The back is quite plain, and this is like that, I don't know what you even call this stuff. Oh, and there's a hole. Thank you very much. Okay. Still have your sunglasses on? Good. Look at this. So they're all these, I'd say those are almost 3/4 of an inch, those sequins. I don't know about this color combination, but there's this huge flower to salvage. This almost like a cummerbund type effect. Sequined bodice. Even these straps, depending if I can keep this intact, those, I always save things like that to be used as journal ties. There is this underskirt, this crinoline type effect, doubled up here, and then the panty, which would be discarded. Now, I think these sequins have pretty well been sewn on in rows. So I'm hoping that a person could cut between the row, cut between each row and keep them intact. Can you imagine how lovely that would be to be able to just, sew or glue onto something to decorate it in a hurry? And then finally, in the frilly category, I've got this. Now, it's just a Velcro closure. This is a cute tag on it. This is a clever name. Ministry of Rascals. So I guess this would be something that somebody would just, wrap around a kid's waist, maybe a girl who's wearing leggings or something. So that's the only thing holding it together, that little inch of Velcro. But again, multi-tiered tulle skirt. Obviously the self bow here at the waist. So yeah, that will be another fun thing. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, no, probably 3 different colors of pink there. Just a repetition. Okay, I'll only show you a bit of this because it's too big. This is a chenille throw, I guess. It's not big enough to be a bedspread. I did wash it. What does it say? I thought it said no, that is covering part of the, it says 100% cotton, but then there's something, so I don't know if they're talking about, I don't know what's what here. because they do talk about 35% polyester, but I can't see what that refers to, if that's the fringe or the backing. But either way, don't you love this color? And it's not so, it's obviously an overall design, but it is not so much that a person couldn't, again, snip or tear between the rows and just have that little bit of extra to add to pockets or page edging or whatever. So I need to figure out how best to use this. Okay. Kind of trying to get through this quite quickly. Oh, this will be a quick one. I think we've pretty well seen all the colors. So I salvaged this already from a bed skirt. And as I was, a combination of ripping and tearing, ripping and cutting, I'd end up with things like this. So naturally, I'm keeping it because this could be thrown into a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and automatically get that sort of distressed, grungy look. Very tactile. This, I didn't pull out my ruler, but I'd say that's a good 4 inches. And of course, so a person, and there's lots of it here, so a person could figure out, okay, I want to use this as a journal cover or as an overlay, just using the holy bits, the eyelet part. I think now that it's been separated from its not so great fabric that would have covered the mattress part, I can't see myself using that because honestly, I'm not short of fabric. So sometimes you just have to let things go. But a person, I'm sure, what I would try, obviously not on the whole length, but I would say, for instance, if I could find an end here. Trust me, it wasn't easy even folding this up all by myself. But what I would probably do is decide, okay, I need a foot of this. So I would be generous and maybe cut over here so that if it rips crooked, at least I'm not ruining the whole piece. And if it rips straight, well, so much the better. Again, this would take dyeing really well. We'll keep that together. This was just a tablecloth. Again, haven't ironed it. The reason I took it though was because it's got this pretty little leaf design all the way around, mitered corners. So again, I could pick the stitches, or I could maybe be a little easier on myself and again just cut in, maybe an inch or so and rip it, tear it into strips. Plus there are all of these leaf, little embroidered bits, and of course this is all done by machine, that could be either left intact if a person is doing, using a bigger piece of the fabric, or it could be cut into torn into strips a long way and sewn into a ruffle. It could be dyed, there's no end to the possibilities. And, probably proof positive why Caroline's Craft Tree, is always on the lookout for whites. This is, I would say, a hanky. Now it's, just cotton. I mean, not that that's a good thing. I haven't ironed it. I love, again, tone on tone coloration. And so let me just put this against so it's, I guess, about 14 by 14. Oh, 14 by 13. So, again, a person can do what they will with it. This center design could be cut out and it could be wrapped around a spine. These things in the corner, pretend you can't see all this. This could be, you know, a pocket or a tuck spot on a journal. The flowers could be cut out themselves and used as appliques. Now, honestly, I don't think I would do any of those harder, slower, more labor-intensive processes, because on something this small, there's really no need. This could easily be a journal cover. Now, it's too tall. I think we have to make sure it's also square. So, you know, this could be turned up as a pocket. This could be, you know, hemmed over or ripped, torn off. So you can see that without a great deal of, like, I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. Sometimes I don't mind those really anal, nitpicky, slow-going kind of things, because frankly, they serve a purpose sometimes. I think they probably reduce one's heart rate. They force you to slow down. They're mindless. You don't have to be, you know, on your on your best behavior, on your toes to make that happen. So, you know, again, I want to keep my options open, but again, where I can save some steps, I will. Now, this next piece I picked up with Brenda in mind. Brenda, aka the Simple Crafter. It has stains. Now, I did wash this, but she loves mushrooms, and there are plenty of mushrooms on here. This is a table runner, so it is, you know, it's gigantic. It's about 17 inches, and that's only a quarter of the length. So it's, you know, what is that? Is that 5, 6? That's about 5 feet long. So on shades of color. So green, brown, and gold. I assume, now, obviously she can do whatever she wants with it. Plus there's this backing fabric to salvage. It seems to me that if I was keeping this for myself, because these are so beautiful, I would cut around them, knowing that they're not going to go anywhere. You know, get in kind of close. She loves mushrooms. Get in nice and close, and all of a sudden you have an applique to sew or glue onto something. Even all the leaves. And again, a variety of colors. So, yeah, that does turn back to green. So, Brenda, this will be in your bag for the next time we get together. Doily. I like these sorts of doilies because, well, number one, the shape is interesting. Now, if I made as many journals as I talk about wrapping journals with doilies, you know, maybe I'd be rich. Who knows? So, of course, the other option here, once this is ironed and you can fully see what you have, is to cut away these appliques. There's a tiny little one there, those tiny ones there. I think more than likely because the size is right. So similar to what I was saying about that blue napkin. If something is small enough to almost use intact, it makes sense to use it intact rather than make all that extra work for yourself. If something is a tablecloth or a quilt size, then obviously common sense tells you that you have to, you know, scale it down to workable sized pieces. So I would say this one will stay intact. I always pick up things with this Battenburg lace on them. Again, it doesn't look particularly good right here because it's creased. This is, I would say, what we used to call back in the day a luncheon cloth. So, you know, this is 1/4 of it here. So there is a lot to use here. The corner pieces are beautiful. The center design is gigantic. And of course, this entire hem border effect. So this is another thing that would take dye beautifully. And I just have to, I don't know. I have to just use these things. I started out by saying that, you know, the combining is not done. I said to my husband this morning, do you think we can finish today? No. So at least another day and a half, 2 days. The crop is heavy. The combines, out of necessity, have to move slowly. And I'm talking, if you want to know how slow is, we're talking about 2 miles an hour. So figure that out. The length of a field is 1/2 mile. So you can imagine, you can work for a very long time and not have a great deal to show for it. Anyway, I'm not complaining. The weather has been exceptional. So obviously we will finish. I did tell him this morning that when I saw the osteopath last week, she said, shouldn't you be retired? Like, isn't this kind of hard work for someone your age? And I'm thinking, from your mouth to God's ear, like, yes, of course. I would be happy not to have to do this anymore. But anyway, such as it is. Okay, 2 more pieces to show you, and then I better make some lunch for the combines, for the people running the combines. Now, this had a tag attached to it. I would say that this was perhaps handmade. I don't know if this is officially batik or if it just looks like that, but I love it. It would be similar in size, I'm sure. Yeah. So everything I said about the blue could apply here as well. And look how beautiful this is, this sort of crackled effect. So anyway, love it. Okay, and the final thing, I like to pick, oh no, it's not the final thing. Sorry about that. I see a little stain here, a little stain here. This is a quilted placemat. Now, does it not just beg? Cotton fibers, rayon fibers, polyester fibers. What is the percentage? So, okay, so the cover is 100% cotton, made in India, Pier 1 imports. So the reason I like this is because it is a perfect base. Let's just measure this. Okay, so to the edge of the design here is about 12.5 inches. So automatic 2 journal covers. Oh, I didn't measure the height. You know, allowing for the fact that there's a slight scallop there, it's 9 inches at the longest point. So 2 perfect, ready to use covers. Now, and it, well, let's do 1 thickness. It is substantial enough that it, you know, it wouldn't need to be lined. However, if a person were to add And I wouldn't worry about this because obviously no one is doing an all-white journal without a journal topper or some additional decoration or embellishment. So I can see using, maybe let's get rid of the, not use the stain part. So all of these little, here are squares, here are straight lines, there's something almost like a leaf shape, here are these curves. Those could be guidelines for some additional slow stitching that wouldn't take any sort of skill, talent, skill or talent. It would take time though. And a person could choose, obviously, the color that, you know, makes their heart go pitter-patter. And it would be so easy. I'm going to put this guy aside. And turn this into some videos. Now, a while back, you know what else I could do? I could cut this into thirds and make needle books. The cover is already done, for heaven's sake. And then, of course, because additional stitching will have been done, as you know, decorative stitching will have been done, then that means that the inside would need to be covered with something to hide the knots and the threads and so on. Okay, that, because some of you did request a video on needle books. So once I get past harvest and can think a little longer term other than stolen hours and stolen minutes, yeah, that's the plan. Okay, now you're probably wondering, well, why would this woman pick up tea towels? I'll tell you why. Marnell, who is Mimi's keepsake, and this would be maybe 3 years ago or so now, had a challenge, a slow stitch, no, swap. And she invited me to take part in it, and I was, it was my very first swap, and I didn't know, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, what she had done, and I have it here somewhere, is she had done some slow stitching on a humble little tea towel. And how brilliant is that? Number one, they tend to be 100% cotton. This is pretty worn. Okay, 95, okay, in this case, 95% cotton and 5% lurex, which would be the glittery thread. I don't know, I think one of these has stains, but again, that is not an issue. So of course, you pick coordinating fabrics and threads. I do have a burgundy one in the works, because of course, that is another one of my favorite colors. I should show you that. I should finish that darn thing and show you. Stains here. This one too, I'm sure. Well, probably the tags are gone, but 100% cotton. This is not a tea towel, it's a placemat, but you know, you can imagine why I picked this one. And then of course, there is this one with all these herbs on it. So I think there's a stain there. This one is really quite big. 100% cotton. So, you know, there are different this is more like terry toweling. There are a lot of possibilities with this. Again, use it as use it for a couple of covers, for a gardening journal or a cooking journal. Cut these designs out and use them as appliques somewhere. So, you know, again, a lot of possibilities. So, you know, if you're looking to replace some of your own tea towels, maybe there's one that you really love that is nice and soft and worn. And maybe the way to immortalize it is to use it as the basis of some slow stitching. Or, again, keep your eye peeled at when you're thrifting. So I'm going to stop there because I've come to the end of the fabric. And you can just imagine over the next few, again, stolen moments, late evenings, I will be taking apart those little fancy dancy dresses. And I'll probably in a follow-up Friday, I'll probably show you the piles that I end up with when I'm done. So again, it's a pleasure to have you here. I want to thank the new subscribers. I want to thank my existing subscribers, the people who have been loyal from day one. And just to tell you that you guys, you rock. You make this, you're the reason. It's quite simply, you're the reason that this is even happening. And I don't stop nearly as often as I should to say thank you for that. I notice that my subscriber numbers are going up kind of steadily. I don't know if that's a result of the Heart to Heart series that I do live on Wednesdays. I hope so. I think, okay, it seems to me that I'm at 1360 or something like that. So it seems to me that it should be doable. We're just about at the end of September. It should be doable to hit the 1,500 subscriber mark. So maybe with your help and a little word of mouth, maybe we can make that happen. And of course, that would be cause for celebration and some giveaways. So I'm putting that out into the universe and we'll see if together we can make that happen. Anyway, guys, thank you. I see that, what the heck, it's clouded up since I started this video. So let's hope that it's a good combining day. Oh, there is a breeze, so that's always good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Love you all. See you in the next one. Bye.